Hello you guys, Hydra, and today I'm bringing you a top 10 video of Pokemon Sword and Shield because, for the most part, we've been in Gen 8 for like good 4 months, and I think it's time I can give my full top 10, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and, because honestly, there's really nothing to upload, and I decided, hey, let's make a fun video. So before we get started, I really want to emphasize, can you please comment, and can you please like the video if you do decide to watch it all through, because I spent a lot of time on this video, and for a working man, that's a lot of time, about like 2 days, I think, today and tomorrow. I mean, today and yesterday. So I would really appreciate if you guys just show some love, share the video, and just have fun with it. So, and this is little things that count, but hopefully you guys let me know what your top 10 are in the comments below so we can have a real dialogue, because there was a lot of Pokemon to choose from, and I hope nobody gets offended. And yeah, because I'm gonna be real with you, this is from a multiple criteria, not just all of them are from a competitive standpoint, from a design standpoint. There's a lot of standpoints in this, so I'll explain my reasoning in all of the numbering. So let's go ahead and get through it. So to start off the list, we're going to go by Alcremie, because I kind of like it from using it a lot on random battles, and I started really getting affinities for this Pokemon because it has a good special attack, good special defense, and it has some decent HP. Because its HP, it looks subpar at first, but when you add in leftovers and recovery, it's a very good Pokemon that can take some hits, especially when it's HP invested. And also learns Calm Mind. It learns a plethora of coverage moves like Mystical Fire, Psychic, and I really like how they went about the design also, because this Pokemon also has like 32 forms, I think, from the top of my head. I'm not sure about that, but I know it has a lot of forms and like 2 shiny variants. And also the overall theme of the Pokemon is pretty cool, even how you evolve, how you got to spin around, and all the other stuff. But I really like how this Pokemon is starting to be like a once in a while Pokemon for me. I really like it, so that's why it's number 10 for me, just to start off the list. So for number 9, I chose Lynx because it's a Pokemon with a dope design. It's like 6 mini me's of each other, and they all are rocking back and forth, back and forth. And even when you encounter it the first time in the tunnels, because that's how I encountered it, let me speak for myself, it has a very nice snake trail. It looks cool. But also its special move, No Retreat, even the name sounds very beastly. Game Freak really snapped on the animation. I really give them prosper, because it's like tidal waves and tiki torches, and it's very, very beautiful. It's like, it's nuts. But also it has 2 good abilities to go with it: Battle Armor and Defiant. And Defiant, you really want to go with that because it will keep your attack obviously boosted when you're lowering stats, but it paired that with No Retreat is very good. And attack and defense, it's pretty solid. Base 100, has okay HP, okay speed, but the only thing that really bothers for Lynx is that it actually has like 4 move syndrome, and usually the 4 move syndrome, you're usually gonna leave out one type of coverage, and that coverage could bite you in the ass later. So that's why it made number 9. So coming in at number 8 is going to be Draco Volt and Draco Vish, because I like both these Pokemon designs, and they're both fossils, and I like the concept behind them, but I kind of feel like they're interchangeable. That's why I put them together. I didn't want to leave one out, but for the most part the stats are low-key similar. They're just flipped around, and but main copy is their moves and their abilities, and I'll tell you why. Because I feel like Draco Zolt more versatile as opposed to Dracovish, because Dracovish, to get the maximum value out of it, you really have to run like jaw moves, Fisher's Ren, Crunch, Psychic Fangs, and they're not really that's not a bad 4 move syndrome, to be honest with you. But opposed to Draco Zolt, you can actually run other moves. The only caveat to Draco Zolt is that it has Hustle, and Hustle kind of sometimes could bite you in the ass, and it really sucks. But that power is really needed, especially when you got the Bolt Beak, and either Bandit if you want to be greedy with the power, or Scarf is just as good if you want to be safe. But at the end of the day, you just feel like what fits your team most. And Draco Zolt has a quad resistance to electric, and just like Draco Vish has a quad resistance to water. So they're really cool, and that's why I chose them as number 8. For number 7, I chose Surfetch because I'm gonna be real, it's really for bullying purposes, and I'll tell you why. Because for Surfetch, reason why it appeals to me so much, because at certain times in the battle, it feel like, especially when it's banded, it becomes a situation of pick one, pick a sack, because even when, especially paired with Scrappy, ghost types can't, they'll get hit, and especially when this thing is banded, it really cautiously you have to go in. Even stuff that's resisted takes a lot of damage, and I guess this thing gets first suppression, knockoff, close combat, poison jab. This thing has work. The only thing that kind of screws it over is the speed, and I get it. It would be a powerhouse. It was like other speedy physical speedsters. So, and so a purifying type. Like I said, for Lynx, the purifying type is pretty good, because it don't really have to worry about other weaknesses. So I think single typing is making a comeback, and that's just my personal opinion. And yeah, so when this Surfetch comes out, it's a situation of just pick a mon to kill. But that's the conclusion I really came to. But also has a nice design. It has like a long sword and the shield. I hope this thing has nice move tutor, because I really think it can learn a lot of good moves that really can benefit it. Right now it's in the UU, so that's pretty good. But let's head on. I really thought about number 6. It was kind of surprising because I really had to think about all the Pokemon that in the Galardex, and if you battle me, or how I'm notorious how I hate stally Pokemon, so it was a kind of surprise. I started liking Vandalbuzz a lot, maybe even towards the end of 7th gen, but for 8th gen it's really underappreciated for me. It can wall Dragapult to an extent, and sometimes Hydreigon to a certain extent, and it's very bulky on both sides. The defense is very good, the special defense is very good, the speed is decent, and the HP is damn good too. And you learn Defog, Toxic, Knockoff, and Knowledge, I believe you learn Pursuit too. So this is a good Pokemon, especially if you get a wall. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, but it learns Roost too, and that's the healing factor along with leftovers is it's perfect. The only thing for me that kind of like sets Mandibuzz back to a certain extent is the abilities. I feel like when we really use weak armor, when we use Overcoat's probably the best one. Of course, that's why you won't get chipped from hail or sandstorm whenever it's present. And big pets, it's pretty cool, but how many moves actually down your defense nowadays that's actually viable? But yeah, Mandibuzz is a good wall, and it's underappreciated. That's why I kind of give it a number 6. Number 5, Cinderace. Now Cinderace, I won't lie, I was kind of sketchy about it because for the last few gens, I feel like the 5 stars have been lacking. Just personally to me, except for Cineroar, but it wasn't good till it got Intimidate. That is fact, so I'm sorry. But seeing how Game Freak treated Cinderace, it's apparent that it's the favorite. It has two unique moves: Court Change and Pyro Ball. And usually the other stars only got one, but it got 2, and they're damn good, because Pyro Ball is like I think a 120 move with 90 accuracy, so it's almost like a Draco Meteor. And Court Change is good for especially paired with heavy duty boots. So it makes your opponents think about twice about setting up hazards. It also screens too, which is phenomenal, because it's just really nice how it's paired together with all these things. And not to mention its speed is super good, its attack is super good, and it can rival with the best of them. And when its hidden ability come out, Libero is basically a protein, so it's gonna get stabbed with a decent move pool. And I really think it's really good, and I'm glad it's thriving, because I feel like I said in the beginning, I feel like fire types have been as of late, but it's really good in this meta, and I hope the Move Tutors and the DLC come out even give it more power. I'm starting to become a huge fan of it. Also, the design is very cool, the soccer theme and all that stuff is very nice. So, and as I said with the other past countdowns, single typing is making a comeback, and it's going to be very nice. So we'll see about how it goes about in the future. So for number 4, I chose Corviknight, and let me just say, Corviknight is a fucking badass. I knew from the trailer when it was debuted that it would be a fucking beast. Even if it wasn't, I still was gonna use it because the design is fucking dope, you know. But also the hidden ability mirror armor, actually 2 out of the 3 is very useful and competitive. But let's talk about mirror armor first. Mirror armor is very good for bouncing back stat drops, so stuff like King Shield and special what's that move called, Mystical Fire. It's very good for it backfiring. And you know, speaking of special moves like Mystical Fire, the EV spread for this Pokemon base stats is pretty good. Like you EV it to take a special attack, it can actually do a lot of work, and it learns Roost, Defog, and you know, it's like I don't want to disrespect Skarmory because Skarmory is an OG, but Skarmory has some competition if it comes back in this generation. You know, like it's not a bust at Celesteela, but it's a good mid round. It's a good Pokemon. The only thing that's kind of lacking is speed, and sometimes you can fix that. And it's also like a Swiss Army knife. You know, you can run the bulk up set, body press. You know, you can run the subset. You know, there's a lot of Corviknight sets out there, and it just only get better and better. It also has good HP, and it's crazy. It's crazy good, and you know, it's one of the 3 best starter bird Pokemon for me because it was just like Talonflame, and whatchamacallit, Staraptor. But it's a good Pokemon. It's in that upper echelon where it's like sometimes it's too good how early you can possibly get this Pokemon. But yeah, so that's just my thoughts on it, and Corviknight is an OU staple. So last 3. So coming at number 3 is Gastrodon. Now Gastrodon has been a favorite Pokemon since actually I didn't get to really appreciate it to like 6th gen honestly, but it's always been a cool Pokemon from the East and West Sea. So the design is pretty cool wise, and it's a slug, so you know how cool is that? But it also has 2 main good it's technically 3 good competitive mons, but 2 of them are like situational. But so you mostly want to opt for Storm Drain because it walls stuff like Dracovish and you know other stuff like that. But it's actually pretty good in just walling a lot of Pokemon. And also since the bank is back, you can learn Toxic and all types of stockpile, and it's just all around a good Pokemon. You know, especially with HP invested, learn Recover. Its special attack is good, special defense good. It also can take a knockoff if need to. If you have Stagger Hold, it can take a burn even though you don't want it to, because you want to negate your leftovers. But it can also learn Earth Power Scald, so you don't want to half your attack for some of the moves. But it's a really good Pokemon, very resilient, and you know it's one of the few Pokemon that that's a wall that I really respect and use when I see fit. But that's my number 3, Gastrodon. Just a very nice Pokemon. So for number 2, we have Como, and if you know me, I'm a big Como fan. I've been praying to the game for gods when before 7th gen came we should get a fighting and dragon type, and it's still here. And it's, you know, it's already been getting better because you know the move pool is pretty decent, and it has a lot of sets. It has a sub belly drum set, that the special set with flash cannon, Flanger Soul. It's a lot of good moves they starting to get this Pokemon. It would have been busted if it let it keep Shell Smash, because in the files before Sun and Moon came out, this Pokemon has Shell Smash, and it would probably been banned first day. But it also, not to mention, it has 3 good abilities: Bulletproof, Soundproof, and Overcoat. And you know, I really think Bulletproof is the main one you want to go for, but Soundproof is good in some situations. Overcoat is good in some situations too, but you know, you really want to opt for Bulletproof. Defense is through the roof. Special attack is good. Special defense is good. Attack is good. Health is good. Speed is good. And you know, this thing also learns to Totemize, remember, and it's a very versatile Pokemon. But you know, some people get scared because fairy quad weakness to fairy, but you know, it really, if you play your cards right, they will not be an issue. That's why it's good in OU, and you know, it only got better with close combat. And also now they got the Iron Defense body press set, and it's a pretty versatile Pokemon. It has a Swiss Army knife in the OU meta game too, and also its Clanger Soul is just fucking beautiful. It's not as glamorous as it was 7th gen, but it's still there, and I'm glad they learned how to implement it without, you know, a bit compromised. Cause, you know, even though 33% of your health is like large, sometimes it may be worth it. But yeah. So I have 3 honorable mentions. One is Haxorus because in this gen they learn close combat, first impression, and it's a very good beast. You know, I've been getting my ass kicked on Wi-Fi battles every time I slip up when my opponent uses it, and it's just very devastating. But I'm glad that Haxorus is starting to come up in usage, and also his shiny is just badass. But the second honorable mention is basically Share, because I feel like these two can be interchangeable, and also they're paired Pokemon. So Grimmsnarl and Hatterene. Grimmsnarl with Prankster, of course, set up screens, Thunderwave, bulk upsets, subsets, you name it, and it's pretty good. Unique typing, fairy and dark, so you know it can wall a certain amount of things, and I really like it. Hatterene's pretty good because it's kind of bulky to an extent, and you know it's a premier trick room setter, and magic bounce is always valuable, you know, so you have to be smart about going about it, such as hazard and stuff like that. And the third honorable mention is Cramorant, because I feel like Cramorant is a good Pokemon, because you know it always adds damage to it or some special effect when you dive with Surf, and you know it's a very cool Pokemon. When I found out that triggers after you get hit, no matter what, whether it be physical or special, you know, and also it could be a nuisance if you don't play your cards right. But let's get on to number 1. So for numero uno, it's gonna be my all-time favorite Pokemon Gen 8. You know, I was so geeked when the trailer come out, and that's gonna be Obstagoon, because I fell in love with this Pokemon even before before the game came out, and I'm so glad. Like I feel like this would be my spirit Pokemon for Gen 8 if I had one. And, you know, let me tell you why. Because first of all, its design is like a werewolf, and his tongue hanging out. They got the rock and roll aesthetics to it. You know, I really like it. You know, the Kiss aesthetics, but you know, it has 3 good abilities: Reckless, Guts, and Defiant. But Guts is what you want to go with, you know, for the most part. Defiant is good in some situations, obviously, and also the move pool is pretty good because you know it has the wide variety of moves that normal types usually carry. It has knockoff, close combat, parting shot. That's a very good big one. Trick, switcheroo. You know, even like Thunder Wave, even with some special moves. And this, if I was in a draft league, I would pick this Pokemon first because of how versatile it could be. Has good HP, good attack, good defense. Bad special attack, but we won't get into that. Special defense and decent, if not good, speed. And you know, you really gotta think about it because Obstagoon is like in that limbo where if you give it a certain move like Sucker Punch or Extreme Speed, you know, like how Hoenn Lanoon has Belly Drum, Extreme Speed, it'll be busted. Think about it. A Guts boosted Belly Drum, Extreme Speed, that would be nuts. And you know, I kind of see why they're not really trying to give it any more leeway than it already has. But and also you got to think about it has good ass health too. So you know, there's a lot of things you can really run with this Pokemon, and it's a very personal Pokemon to me. And I knew it was very special to me when I ran to a shiny, and you know, that was big, and I was so geeked. Like I have a shiny Zigzagoon that I raised into Obstagoon, and you know, that's why I call it Raspberry. But yeah, Obstagoon is my spirit Pokemon for Gen 8, and I really love how it's just a beautiful all-around Pokemon, and I can't stop fanboying over it. But that was my top 10. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, this is a Pokemon very special to me, and let me know what your all-time favorites Pokemon in the comments below. Let me hear your top 10 because you know this is a very hard list, and how to think about competitively and how I like the design and other stuff that went into it. And also, before I forget, I really want to do a giveaway of 3 Pokemon. They're gonna be 3 shiny Zigzagoons to commemorate this video because I really worked hard on it. All I ask is you just like the video, comment, subscribe, and check out my other Pokemon video. It actually I do some Wi-Fi battles on there too, and you know, if you want to see me do some gameplay, and if not, also check out my Twitch too. That's optional, but I would really appreciate if you did. So I do Pokemon battles on there, I do Pokemon retro plays, I do all types of games on there. But yeah, this was a really fun video, and I hope you guys catch me on the next video. Other than that, This is Hydra Alpha Omega, and have a good day. Goodbye.